92.3 WIL. Last night was the opening night of Shucked, and I'm so lucky to have Miki, who plays Lulu, in the show. Thanks for stopping on by.
Of course. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I think you're the first Broadway person in this studio.
Oh,
I know.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'd say sign our walls, but it's kind of hard to do in here.
The energy will be felt.
That's right, and it will be everlasting, especially as your character in the show, Miki, with Lulu. It's a fun one, and your voice is like stunning, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much. I love singing the music in the show. I grew up singing country music, and so getting to do this show with like country music background is just kind of like kismet, which is great. Yeah.
But you guys are here for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I want to say this show is outright hilarious. Like, at a couple points I was dying laughing because of the one-liners.
Yeah, we have 178 laughs in this show. Our creative team counted it and told us all, like, get those laughs. We're like, okay, we've got it. So yeah, 178 and maybe more depending on how fresh we're feeling that night.
Exactly right. Let's get to 180. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me about how this Broadway show, Shucked, took 12 years to create.
Yeah. This show, it took 12 years to create, written by Robert Horn. It has gone through so many different versions, so many different iterations. Originally, it was loosely based off of the show Hee Haw, and then just morphed into this like beautiful, silly thing that we have now. I've been a part of it since 2022. We did the pre-Broadway run in Salt Lake City, Utah, and then we transferred to Broadway in January of 2023. And now we're on this tour. I never expected to be talking about corn for this many years of my life, but here we are, and I'm so happy and blessed to be here.
I know. Typically, we just talk about it in spring, summer, and fall. I didn't think we'd be talking about it in February about corn.
Right.
Not really the prime season for it. But the show, I didn't know what to expect walking into this show, because you just think, all right, it's about corn, but it's really, there's a whole intricate role about a con man and, trying to save the corn and, love. It's a great show.
Yeah, and a little bit of like a little elevator pitch without giving away too much. The show takes place in Cobb County. It's about a community whose livelihood revolves around corn until one day the corn dies and they have to figure out what they're going to do. So our hero, aptly named Maisie, leaves town to go find someone to help us. And along the way, hijinks ensue. There's mistaken identities, weddings that don't happen, like all of your musical theater tropes that happen within a comedy. And I think that this show is, I always say it's about corn, but it's not really about corn. No. It's just showing us that our capacity for love and change, isn't as scary as we think it is. And we should just like lean in, and I think that is really, really special. And also to have a moment of 2.5 hours of just sitting in a room and laughing with strangers about things that are on stage that are low stakes. Just feels so great in this moment.
I mean, who would have thought there'd be a corn number with corn dancing?
Absolutely. And my favorite moment, we're touring in these cities and we're all over the place. And my favorite moment is, about 30 seconds into the opening number, you can always pick out like that one guy in the second row whose wife like drug him to this musical. And he's like, why am I here? Yeah. What am I doing here? And then we always win him over. We always win him over. And it's my favorite thing to just kind of come out of the gate and sing this opening number about corn. It's wild.
It's nuts. I mean, again, I've never seen Cobb's dance like that, in my entire life, as the, Rockettes,
absolutely,
their moment.
Absolutely. Sarah Ogleby's our choreographer, and brilliant brain that one has.
So I guess, how do you stay fresh every day doing this?
Oh, goodness. I think, I've been an actor for a long time. I started doing theater when I was 7 years old. So I'm 33 now. So it's just been my whole life, all I've ever done. And so I think there's something about the new theaters that we go into, the new audiences that we're in, that we are performing in front of every night. And also, different cities laugh at different things, like different, I think it was when we were in Texas, the audiences loved all of the jokes about marriage.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay. And it was like pretty consistent throughout all of Texas. And, we'll be in Tennessee and we're like, oh, they really love all of the whiskey jokes. Yep. Like they really. And so that is something that it feels like our director, Jack O'Brien, he's a 4-time Tony Award winning director. One of the most brilliant things that he said is, he was like, the script is funny, you're not funny. So just say the words, be honest, show up and do the work. And the audience is the other character in the scene with you. And so I think if you think about it like that, it's really easy to keep it fresh because you have a new scene partner every day, which is the audience. And the show kind of leans itself to that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've always said, I think doing theater is probably one of the hardest things to do because you have to be on every single moment and it's got to be just completely exhausting that,
Absolutely. And I think we have a really wonderful cast and we get into this rhythm of things. And sometimes, it'll be at the end of the week and we'll be like, okay, everybody make a new choice today.
Yeah.
Like say a line a different way today. And we play like little games like that, which I think keeps it fresh for the audience and also fresh for us because we'll leave stage and we're like, oh, you were really mad at me in that scene today, which is just, it's things that you find to keep it fresh, just like everybody does in every job. But it's cool to be able to do something that, for me, it's cool to be able to do something that I've like always dreamed about doing for my whole career, which is so great.
Well, I think one of my favorite parts in the song that you sing is about having a corn cob with batteries.
And you know what? I like knew you were going to say that. You said your favorite line, and I was like, got a corn cob and some batteries.
I mean, there's a ton of them. But that's like always one that sticks out. And I looked at my girlfriend. I was like, I should ask her. So where do you get those at? Yeah. And she goes, you'd be an idiot to do that, but because
I love it. Yeah. It's a show that it's whenever people, they ask me, like, what's the age range for this show, and I always say, I think the jokes are as old as you are. So if you come and you hear a joke and you don't get it, okay, well, it wasn't for you.
There was one joke, and I did have to like repeat it in my head. And I was like, I still don't get it. And
well, you're not old enough.
Yeah, I know. Clearly, at almost 40, my mind is still not developed enough.
You still don't get it.
But it's a lot of fun. You guys are here for 2 weeks only.
Yeah.
Tickets at fabulousfox.com. And this is one you don't want to miss. It's always a treat to go to the theater. And for Valentine's Day, I said, this is the perfect gift, guys, because you're going to enjoy the show too. Yeah,
you will. I promise. It's just lean into it. Trust us. And there's something in it for everybody.
There is. Make it a dinner date. Go to dinner, go to the show, and you're going to be laughing all the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you so much. Appreciate you, Miki, for coming in. And good luck for the rest of the week. And your family's in town because you have a lot of St. Louis natives in the area.
Lots of, my sister, all of my nieces and nephews, they're all here. So it's about to be a family affair, which is really exciting.
And I'm going to tell you, you're never going to like a corn the same way.
Yeah.
Miki, thanks again. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Tickets at fabulousfox.com.